everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make easy wonton soup. So what you're going to be needing is some garlic cloves. You can use as many as you like or as less as you like. I'm using 6. I'm going to use half a naga because I like it spicy. I'm going to use 3 spring onions. I'm going to use some pak choi, some mushroom, 5 wontons, fish sauce and soy sauce, and I'll also be using some noodles. We're going to make our wontons. I'm going to get 2 spring onions and I'm going to chop them up finely. Okay, 5 seconds for a stop. So now I've got I'm using minced chicken there and some prawns in it. So I'm going to add the spring onion to it. I'm using about this much prawn, and I'm going to chop them up as well, just so we can bite into. With the minced meat, nothing to bite into, so these are going to be pretty chewy, so I'm going to use them. For people who haven't had any wontons, these are absolutely gorgeous. And this wonton I'm going to be making and adding into my soup. Stop it now. So now I find them, cut them up, and they're still into little chunks. So what I'm going to do is now add them to the meat mixture. There we go. And to that I'm going to be adding salt, desired amount. And I'm going to be adding some cornstarch so it binds together. And then I'm going to be adding some water to keep the moist of the chicken. And finally I'm going to add in some sesame oil. That's going to give so much flavour. Right, now I'm going to thoroughly mix it, and you're going to mix it and mix it until you form into a very smooth paste, apart from the lumps from the prawn. Sorry guys, my part-time camera girl, she's gone for a wee. So now guys, you know I like my food spicy, so I'm going to add in some fried red chilli. They've been fried in a bit of oil, and it gives that extra flavour once they've been fried. I can already smell it. So I'm going to add in 3 of them. That is totally optional. If you don't like spice, don't add any at all, but it gives that kick to it. So now you're going to mix it in properly. Can you see the texture? It's gone so soft. The potato starch and the oil and water, they have all put the mixture together, and you're going to mix it for about 5 minutes like that, and it gets more and more. So guys, that's the texture you want. And now you're ready to fill in the wontons. Now that the mixture is done, you're gonna get wraps like this. You can get them from any supermarket, major supermarkets, or any Chinese cash and carry. And you're gonna fill in the middle with the mixture, not too much, otherwise it's going to pop. And you're going to close them up like so. It's not really important what shape it is, so, and get the press all the air out like so. So I'll just show you another one. Cover the edges. Get all the excess air out, because once they're in the water they're gonna pop. So flat as possible. There we go. And you're gonna end up with something like this. It can be any shape, doesn't really matter. So these are ready to go into the soup, but I'm gonna boil them separately in hot water first, in boiling water first, before I put into the soup. I also be making them in this kind of shape, which is also really cute and very ideal for the soup. I'm boiling up some chicken broth, which I've saved from boiling the chicken last night, and I've added a bit of chicken bouillon in as well. So once that is boiled, I'm gonna add in the spring onions. So I'm gonna cut them in 3 parts like that. And I'm gonna crush the chillies as well. Oops. I'll slice them up. I'm also gonna slice up the naga. Chop it up into tiny pieces. Spice is optional, but I find it bland without any spice. So now what I'm gonna do is add them to the broth. Next, I'm gonna chop up the mushrooms. I've rinsed them out earlier on, and I'm gonna add that into. Hold on, I'll cut the patch. I'm gonna add them onto the soup broth. And then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of fish oil and 2 teaspoons of dark soy sauce. Give it a mix. I'm also going to add in your desired amount of salt and half a teaspoon of black pepper. Give it a good mix. And then you're going to cover it up and let it boil for 5 minutes. So whilst that's getting cooked, I'm going to, in the meantime, put the pak choi. So now that it's been 5 minutes, I'm going to pick out all the solid food. And I'm going to put in the pak choi. Cook that for a further 2 minutes. In the meantime, I have boiled the noodles egg noodles. And I'm going to bang it inside the bowl. I put 2 portions in there. It's been a couple of minutes now, so I'm going to get the pak choi out and let it cook itself in its own heat. You can use kale, spinach, any green leaves, whatever takes your fancy, but I'm using pak choi. I love pak choi. So now inside the broth I'm going to put in 5 wontons. I would say ideally per person, 5 wonton per person is enough. And you let it boil and for about 5 to 6 minutes, or until the wontons have rise to the surface. Then you know it's fully cooked. As you can see, they have risen to the top, so they're cooked now. There you go, guys, delicious wonton soup. So guys, like, subscribe, share, and until next time, bye.